In this video, we're going to talk about some things in Fortnite history that were once in the game, but I believe will never come back again. I don't think we'll ever see these items, features, weapons, whatever, ever again in Fortnite history. This list can count anything besides skins or cosmetics, right? I want to leave that for a separate video because there's obvious reasons why some of those, specific collab ones might not come back. This video is just going to be features, game mechanics, weapons, etc. that in my opinion will probably never come back. If you do go on to enjoy this video, consider leaving it a like using code TYFRYZ in the Fortnite item shop, and let's get right into this one. So the first thing that I believe you will never see again in Fortnite history are full-length collab seasons, right? And I'm not talking about mini seasons, right? And mini seasons are part of the problem, right? Think about Chapter 2, Season 4, right? That is the definition of a full-length collab season. The entire Battle Pass, almost every new item that was added to the game, all Marvel, and it was a full-length season, right? That's what, 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 months. I don't think you will ever see this again because of mini seasons, right? Galactic Battle is a collab mini season. The Simpsons season that's coming out is a collab mini-season, and there's rumor that they're going to continue doing mini-seasons. So again, I think the days of having these fully fledged, like 3 or 4 month seasons that are like fully based around a certain IP are not going to happen again because they'll just end up doing it for a month for mini seasons, and if it's a hit, they'll keep doing it. If it's not a hit, then, maybe they'll transition to something else. I think they're perfectly fine with the model being mini seasons can be collabs, and then having main seasons be, for the most part, original characters, and then throw, a collab or two in the Battle Pass or in the gameplay somehow. Kind of like how you saw it in Chapter 6, Season 4 with the Power Rangers and Megazord. Next up, we've got a weapon, and for me, that is the pump shotgun sniper that was in the game in the early days of Fortnite. I'm talking like literally Fortnite preseason days. We've had shotguns that have had good range, right? The combat shotgun, the sharp tooth shotgun, weapons like that. But never again will we see a pump shotgun with range of a sniper rifle, right? More like an assault rifle range, but still, you're talking 50, 75 meters hitting with a pump shotgun. Even with the slug shotguns that you have in the game, I mean, those are the true long-range shotguns, and you're still not hitting for as far as you were with the pump shotgun sniper that you're going to be seeing on screen. To be fair, this was kind of a product of the game being in like its really early stages, not really having a clue on balancing the game or, really what any types of weapons should be doing. The pump shotgun that we have it today is perfectly fine, but again, I want to make sure that you don't count out anything on this video, because yes, I believe that we will never see them again, but honestly, I never thought that we'd see double pump ever again, and they brought it back in Chapter 6, Season 4 as an exotic. I definitely never thought that they'd bring back the overclock pulse rifle, and here I am looking like an idiot, right? So keep that in the back of your mind, but the pump shotgun sniper, I'm pretty sure we're never seeing that again. So we've touched on seasons, we've touched on weapons, but what about an update? Update V6.21 in Season 6, where 25% of explosive damage will now penetrate through structures and the environment. This will never happen again. And I have talked about this update in a couple videos actually, just because of how kind of stupid it is, but also kind of how random it is and how forgotten it is. And yes, you heard that correctly. Explosive damage through walls, right? They were essentially trying to stop people from just turtling up in 1x1. So they said, you know what, fine, you can sit in your 1x1, but if someone shoots an RPG at your wall, you're going to take damage inside of your builds. And yeah, look, I don't think I have to explain why this is one of the more stupid features they've ever added into the game. Like, it's actually ridiculous, and if this were to ever come in the game today, there would be an absolute outrage. They would instantly remove it. Again, you're still talking about those Chapter 1 days where, Epic Games still trying to find their footing. You don't really see updates like this anymore, and honestly, that's for a good reason. This update was absolutely terrible. I can't believe truly that this ever existed, but it did, and we will never see this again. I can guarantee you that. We've got another feature here, and that's going to be the Mothership minigame from Chapter 2, Season 7. I've got a little bit of explaining to do here, right? Because, of course, it seems obvious to say, all right, the Mothership minigame was tailored towards an alien-themed season. We're probably not going to get an alien-themed season really anytime soon, so of course it's not going to come back. But again, remember that there have been season-specific features that have come back to the game. Think about rifts in Season 5. Now you have items that are rifts. They're all over the map. I even believe the crafting mechanic in Chapter 2, Season 6, that could come back in a different form. I mean, of course, it was in the rest of Chapter 2, but these are features that I could see with a little bit of tuning coming back. But the Mothership minigame is something that is so unique to Chapter 2, Season 7 that I don't think there's any way that they could possibly spin it off as something else. And really, if you think about it, they haven't tried anything since this, right? Like these mid-game objectives, yeah, you have the transformation mythics now, but they've never really had anything where it's like, okay, let's just take players off the map. I mean, of course, it's your decision, but take players off the map into a separate world, have them duke it out, then you can win some loot, and then drop back onto the Fortnite Battle Royale map, right? Like, again, The only way realistically that this could come back would have to be an alien-themed season, right? The Mothership minigame was so cool. I absolutely love this feature. It is one of my favorite features literally in Fortnite history. It is so fun. I cannot believe they really haven't done anything like this since then. And well, guys, that's why it's on this list today. Next up, we've got an absolute layup to be on this list. It's one of the rarest items in Fortnite history. It is the Eye of the Storm Tracker from Season 4. Now, look, I will say, this is one of the only items in Fortnite history I have never used, and it was only in the game, if you can believe it, for 30 minutes. That is it. They vaulted it within 30 minutes of its inclusion. And if it wasn't for the Lachlan gameplay that you're going to be watching on screen, nobody would know that this thing ever existed. It's kind of crazy, right? Think about it. It was only in the game for 30 minutes. What are the chances that someone is recording, like, especially high quality HD gameplay of this item, right? It's kind of crazy. And all it lets you do is just see where the next storm zone is. And as you guys know, we have an item that does that, right? I mean, you have boons and augments and stuff like that that do that. But this is the main capability of the Storm Scout sniper rifle, and if there's anything that this should go to show you guys, it is how far ahead they are planning these ideas for Fortnite, right? The Storm Scout sniper didn't come out till late chapter 1. They are planning these seasons with their weapons for 5, 6 seasons in advance, right? That's almost a year and a half in advance. This is an item that will never come back because, one, it doesn't need to because there are other items that do this exact same thing, but also there's just really not a need for it. Next up, guys, we've got kind of a vague one here, and that is going to be long chapters, right? Like long season chapters like chapter 1 and chapter 2, where you had, 10 seasons and 8 seasons respectively. They seem fully set on having chapters no longer than 5 seasons, right? Max. I mean, think about it. Chapter 3 was what? Only 4 seasons. Chapter 4, if you don't include OG, was 4 seasons. Chapter 5, the same thing, 4 seasons. And chapter 6, if you include the 2 mini seasons, will be what? 6, right? And also, I forgot to mention Remix for technically chapter 5, but again, basically 3 mini seasons just equals 1 regular season if you want to think about it that way, right? So it's like, they seem fully set on doing that, right? And I really miss when chapters used to be long, right? Drawn out a year and a half, 2 years. It really gave you this feeling of like this kind of attachment to a map or to the landmarks or certain locations. Like, that's why it felt so sad to see the chapter 1 map go and to see the chapter 2 map go. But by the time the chapter 3 map left, it's like, bro, I've only been here for, 4 seasons. I've been here for a year. I don't care if this map goes. And that's how I felt for every single map since then, right? Even chapter 4, which I loved so much. I'm like, I don't really care what happens to this map because I have like no attachment to it. So anyways, yeah, like I don't see them returning to chapters with long seasons. I'm talking like 4, 5, 6, 7, like actual full seasons. Moving on here, guys, I want to talk about a really quick one. It's another feature. It is scoped weapons with bloom. So if you can believe it, back in the day, yes, scoped weapons like the scoped assault rifle actually had bloom. They were not 100% accurate. You could hold the trigger down for 10 bullets, and let's say only 2 will actually go where your crosshairs are, and then 8 will go all over the place. You're watching this gameplay, you're like, I can't believe this ever existed. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just another product of early Fortnite. This will never come back for obvious reasons. I mean, you've seen with scoped assault rifles now, like the MK, the, Twin Mag AR, the Striker Burst assault rifle. They're all hit scan. They're all, your bullet is going to go where your scope is. So yeah, this will never happen again. I thought this was a really kind of cool one, a quick one I wanted to throw on here, because a lot of you guys watching this video might have never even known this was a feature. But a weapon that you definitely do remember is the Ballistic Shield from Chapter 5, Season 1. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see the Ballistic Shields in the game. Now, here's what I will say. Will we see another shield item in the game? Yes, highly likely. There will be an item where you can hold out a shield in front of you and, walk forward and cover yourself. But while also holding a pistol like the Ballistic Shield did, I don't really know if we'll ever see that. I mean, there is a reason why this weapon was introduced in Chapter 5, Season 1, taken out after the end of that season, and we have never seen it again. And no, it's not because it was quote-unquote a projectile weapon. I think it was just way too dominant in the zero build meta, right? Like, this is a zero build crutch item, and Fortnite really doesn't like to have a loophole that relies really heavily on 1 or 2 weapons. My thinking is like, I feel like if they wanted to bring the Ballistic Shield back, they would have done it already, or they would have just left it in the game after Chapter 5 Season 1, right? There were very few weapons that got vaulted right after Chapter 5 Season 1 and didn't carry into Chapter 5 Season 2. The Ballistic Shield's a really interesting one for me, and I'm really curious to see if they ever do anything moving forward just with the shield item itself, because I could see that being useful. All right, guys, we're nearing the end of this video, but first we've got to talk about the original First Order and E11 blasters. Yeah, these are never coming back, and it's really simple. That's because they've been outclassed by newer versions. The newer version of the First Order is the F11D blaster, and then the newer version of the E11 is the E11, but it's hit scan. The original First Order and E11 blaster rifles are some of the worst weapons I have ever used in Fortnite history. They are terrible. They are projectile. They are incredibly low damage, low accuracy. Just no, get these things out of here. If they ever want to think about bringing these weapons back in the game, they'll just bring back the F11D and the E11 from Galactic Battle, not these versions. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to say we'll never see these two weapons again. We'll just get their updated versions. And the final talking point that I want to talk about in this video, and it's kind of a fun one, right? I left this at the end for a particular reason, and that is medallions. So what are they going to do with medallions? I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the things that I've been thinking about a ton going into the Simpsons season, and more so going into Chapter 7. I mean, we have never seen them completely vault every single medallion from the game in the middle of a season, right? Just totally wipe them all. The only one we had left at the end was the Megazord medallion, but that was due to the Megazord collaboration, and it was a pretty weak medallion, right? It was a slower reveal medallion, nothing kind of controversial for them to add. I think the medallion talk is a really interesting one, right? I interact with you guys on Twitter all the time, and it feels like half the people are like, yeah, I love medallions. They give me another reason to go fight the boss when their mythic weapon might not be, you know, my weapon of choice. And then the other half of people are like, medallions are inherently broken, right? You can carry all of them at the same time. Especially the movement medallions are absolutely broken. They give you such a good advantage, and I see both arguments. I do think medallions are inherently broken, and if they're not going to take up an inventory slot, I think you should only be able to hold one of them going into the future. The thing with medallions, though, is like, after how much of a disaster they were in Chapter 6, Season 4, specifically the slide one and the double jump one, I mean, they nerfed them so much they couldn't contain them. They literally just pulled them out of the season totally. Goodbye, see you. That's kind of insane if you think about it, and it makes me wonder, in the back of their heads, are Epic Games like, you know what, maybe we should tone back medallions and remove them entirely like they did for Chapter 6, Season 4, or maybe make some adjustments to them, right? Maybe step away from movement-based medallions and just, you know, give like extended mag medallions or something like that, or like siphon medallions are perfectly fine. I think it's a really interesting talk. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you think about medallions as a whole. Do you think they'll return the Simpsons season? And better yet, do you think they'll return in Chapter 7? Alrighty, folks, that's all I've got for this video. Of course, this was just kind of off the top of my head here, put this list together real quickly. So if there's anything you think I forgot, please let me know in the comment section down below, because again, we've got 8 years of Fortnite history to go through, and I guarantee you there's some things that will never come back that I missed. So of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. As always, peace.